Tesla just broke below $400, and this is not just another dip. This moment could decide Tesla's next decade. Hi, this is Ken. Today, I want to walk you through what's really happening with Tesla right now. Not just the price action, but the deeper shift underneath it. Because what we're seeing is not just a drop, it might be a transition point. And by the end of this video, you'll understand whether this is a real risk or one of the biggest opportunities we've seen in a while. So first, let's look at the facts. Tesla stock is now trading around $383. It has clearly broken below the $400 level, which many investors were watching as a psychological support. At the same time, it also dropped below the 200-day moving average. Now, if you've been in the market for a while, you know this combination matters. This isn't just technical noise. This is the kind of move that signals the market is stepping back and saying, we're not sure anymore. But the real question is not what happened. The real question is why now? And this is where things get interesting. The biggest trigger behind this move is the increasing regulatory pressure on Tesla's full self-driving system. The NHTSA has escalated its investigation, now covering around 3.2 million vehicles. And more importantly, this investigation is approaching its final stage, which means we are getting closer to real outcomes, not just headlines, but actual actions. Now, what are the concerns? The issues being highlighted include performance in low visibility conditions like fog or glare, and more critically, potential delays in driver warnings. This is important because it directly ties into safety, and when it comes to regulators, safety is everything. But here is the key insight I want you to focus on. This is not a technology problem. This is a permission problem. Tesla's FSD is already operating at a very high level technically, but whether it is allowed to scale is a completely different question. And this is where many investors misunderstand the situation. They look at FSD and ask, does it work? But the real question is, will it be allowed? And right now, that answer is still uncertain. Now let's go back to the chart for a moment. Breaking below $400 is not just symbolic. It reflects a shift in investor psychology, and losing the 200-day moving average suggests that the medium to long-term trend is no longer clearly intact. So what happens next? There are really two scenarios. One is that Tesla enters a deeper downtrend from here. The other is that this becomes a temporary correction before the next move up. At this point, the market hasn't decided yet, and that's exactly why we're seeing hesitation. But now, let's zoom out, because this is where I think the real opportunity lies. Is Tesla's business actually breaking down? The answer is no. Model Y has been the best-selling car in the world for 3 consecutive years. Total sales have surpassed 4 million units. That is not just success. That is dominance. Demand is still there. And beyond vehicles, Tesla's supercharger network is becoming industry infrastructure. Other automakers are now relying on Tesla's network. That is a completely different level of positioning. So no, Tesla is not collapsing. If anything, its foundation is still extremely strong. However, there is a shift happening, and this is something we cannot ignore. The nature of competition is changing. For example, companies like Xiaomi are entering the EV space with long-range vehicles, LiDAR integration, and aggressive pricing. What this tells us is simple. The hardware advantage is no longer absolute. The gap is closing. And that leads to a very important conclusion. Tesla is no longer competing as just a car company. So where is the real battlefield now? It's AI. Tesla's next phase is not about cars. It's about intelligence. The new AI chips, like AI6, are not just for driving. They are part of a broader ecosystem that includes robotics, autonomy, and data infrastructure. This is the real shift. Cars are becoming data collection devices, and the real value is being built on top of that data. If you are still valuing Tesla purely as an automaker, you are missing the bigger picture. So, where does that leave us today? Tesla is in a transition phase. On one side, it has a proven business in EVs. On the other side, it is building an AI-driven future that is not fully realized yet, and sitting between those two is regulation. This is the key tension. Tesla is both winning and uncertain at the same time. Now, let me give you my forward view. If Tesla successfully navigates regulatory approval for FSD, the upside is massive. We are not talking about incremental growth. We are talking about a completely new business model unlocking. But if regulation slows things down, we could see continued volatility. And this is where I think the biggest misunderstanding happens. Volatility is not the risk. Misunderstanding the phase Tesla is in, that's the real risk. So the question is not, is Tesla over? That's the wrong question. The real question is, where do you place your bet? Because this is not a win or lose moment. This is a positioning moment. And for long-term investors, these are often the most important phases. As of today, Tesla is trading around $382. The market is uncertain, but uncertainty is where opportunities are created. If you found this analysis helpful, make sure to subscribe. On this channel, we don't just follow Tesla, we break down what it really means for the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Before we wrap up, let me take a moment to introduce myself. I drive a Tesla Model Y, and at home, I've installed a Tesla Powerwall, so I actually charge my car with solar energy. I truly believe Tesla is shaping the future, and that's why I share the latest news and insights here on this channel. I'm from Japan, but I want to connect with Tesla fans all around the world. That's why I also create an English version of my videos. YouTube now lets you switch the audio into your own language, so you can enjoy it in whatever language you prefer. Most of all, I'd love to connect with Tesla fans everywhere so we can support Tesla together. I also share updates on X, so feel free to follow me there and let's connect. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.